No Danganronpa playing. That's a good sign. What if it's uninstalled? Like it's successfully uninstalled. All right. Yeah. Like I take off my headphones and I still hear it. It's coming from somewhere in my house. Oh man. What a nightmare. Sup, Bubby? Puppy? All right. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Alright, class trial time. All because I wanted my keyboard controls to display, because I decided to play with the keyboard instead.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, what the heck? Is that a mountain? Where did I get here? Never mind that. How did they even make a mountain shaped like Monokuma? That story might be true after all. There might be an enormous organization involved in all of this. I mean, what Byakuya said before, right?
You are right.
Byakuya, we still needed his knowledge. I still can't believe he's dead. Oh well, there she goes. What happened to Gundam and Fuyuhiko? Now that you mention it, it appears they aren't here yet.
I got it.
Ah, I know, they probably ran away.
No way.
Ah, hell nah. There's no way I let them escape, you know. Look, I dragged this one back over here.
Don't fuck with me.
I'm telling you, let me go.
Hey.
Hey now, if you keep acting violent, I might just eat you up.
Hey.
Hey, Fuyuhiko, what were you doing all this time? Nothing, I wasn't really doing anything. I was just chilling in my room when I suddenly heard that fat bastard got killed. Who the fuck cares about him anyway? How can you say something so irresponsible?
Do you understand?
Yeah, he's a... I mean, it's obvious, he's obviously, like, putting up a front. We've been doing our best to investigate this murder, even though we don't want to, just to survive.
Wait.
My hero, that's enough. You too, Fuyuhiko. Dumbass. And I guess we're waiting for Gundam?
What happened?
I am right here.
No,
Remember this well. A main character arrives when he intends to. Oh, it's cute. He thinks he's the main character. Huh? And it seems you noticed it too. Oh, his earring. If I did, then I'm right.
Well now.
Alright, now that everyone's all together, let's take the secret entrance to the trial field. Please wait a sec.
What's this?
My Monami, just what were you doing here? Nobody asked for you. Hey, do you actually want to join in? Do you want to taste how hopeless you are at the class trial? You're an even bigger masochist than I thought. Oh well, I'm a big brother who dotes on his little sister. I shall allow you a special participation. Yo, I didn't know Monokuma had a fucking sister complex.
See ya later.
I'll go on ahead and wait for you guys, so hurry over.
Huh?
He told us to come, but how do we even get there? I don't see any doors or vehicles.
What's going on?
You mentioned something about a secret entrance. Was it? A secret entrance. Sorry, just a second. I need the IQ boost. My fucking god. Can I stop wrecking my entire setup? Holy shit. Okay, sorry.
So annoying.
Jeez, how boring. Whatever, let's get inside already. Okay, I'm guessing we just... No one's gonna say anything important. No one ever says anything important at those. Yeah, is he the ultimate detective for this game? What the? Something's shaking. This is dangerous. Everyone, please get down. What the f? Something came out. Could it be? Is he telling us to enter it? Such suspicious aura. Even Crimson Steel Elephant Manga Z is trembling with fear. You and your fucking hamsters. Oh, that's totally suspicious. Forgive me, seriously, just forgive me already. Hey, why don't we just stop here? I mean, none of this is real anyway. Like, not even remotely. There's no way there's just no way we'll find the killer.
Stupid.
Complaining won't get us anywhere. If you're really a man, then man up for God's sake. We've come this far. We have no choice but to keep moving forward. You're right. There's nowhere for us to turn. We need to do it. If that's everyone's decision, I'll just follow you guys.
Yep.
If this were a video game, it'd have to be a very high difficulty level. Let's do our best to clear the game. Oh, honey, this is the fucking tutorial. Shaking with fear and nervousness, I hesitantly lifted my feet and stepped onto the escalator. I won't think anymore. If I think, I'll run away. All I could do was stare upward intensely as the escalator carried me. And when each of us entered the Monokuma Rock... Don't tell me it's gonna fucking blast off. Okay, never mind. I thought it was gonna take off. This is an elevator? I see. This entire rock is an elevator. Once again, Monokuma is doing what he pleases. However, if he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Even so, we're going pretty deep. You're right. I heard an unnerving chattering sound inside my head. I soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. All I could do was purse my lips tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. There we were, listening to the unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished descending. And then the elevator door slowly opened. Oh, this is a much nicer area. Okay, welcome. This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fates. What the hell is he thinking? Locking us in a shitty looking place like this. Are you fucking crazy? Don't mess with me, asshole. Complain all you like. I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats where your names are written. Looks like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked towards the seats we had been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. An all-affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami, who was overly critical, arrogant, and condescending, but he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. The person who did it is one of us. I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, we need to find out by any means possible. Because that's our only option. There's no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. Look, man, he's not even fucking, like, shaky about it. He goes, this is what we need to do. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Yeah, he doesn't tell it like his fucking creative writing class where he has a word count. He just say a deadly, a deadly, a deadly a million times. Oh, I didn't get any skills because I couldn't find the damn rabbit. To be fair, I barely looked for him. Alright, we're all good. Okay, make sure they're all good before, you know. He's like, yeah, it sucks, but this is how it is. The victim's body was victim's body was discovered in the dining hall of the old... Yep. That's what happened at 11:30. The victim was repeatedly stabbed over 10 times between the throat and abdominal region, resulting in death. Aside from that, the body has no other external injuries and no chemicals and poisons. The body was under the table. The table is face down, as if Byakuya were reaching for something. So, what are the chances that weapon is actually a plant from Byakuya? Like, because it's weird that the position of his body is really weird, you know? Bloodstained knife found under the table where the body was discovered. Glowing paint-like substance coats it. A pool of blood formed around the body underneath the table. A lot of blood was splattered against the side of the tablecloth. Also, there was no sign that the body was dragged through the bloodstain. The floors of the dining hall were full of gaps. Gundam dropped one of his earrings through these gaps. AC timer 11:30, also set to 11:30, time of death. Found under the table where the body was discovered. Apparently it came from the supermarket. My god. During the blackout, Mikan tripped and fell in the dining hall. By the time the lights came back on, she ended up in a compromising position. How the fuck is this a goddamn truth bullet? I swear to god, I want to see how this thing comes around to be fucking useful. The case Byakuya had with him, there was a lot of security equipment inside, and a hard plastic case as well. Oh my god. The key to the other duralumin case is inside there too. I actually should have seen the hell I had to go through recently with my fucking computer. During the blackout, Ibuki was able to discern all the noise people were making. Blackout. Ow. But it said it was still running on Steam and I couldn't stop it. And after force closing Steam, the music still played. And it wasn't a task on my task manager anywhere. Let her restart my computer. Ow. That's all Nagito had to say was ow. There were 3 irons placed inside a storage room. Nagito found them. They were all turned on. That's to blow the breaker. Which, in my opinion, you know, makes Pico, you know, innocent. A bloodstained tablecloth was found randomly stuffed inside the laundry hamper. The gas stove in the kitchen is powered by electricity. That's why Teru couldn't use it during the blackout. Teru was fine. Teru poured his heart and soul into cooking various dishes. However, Akane and Pico were the only ones who ate them. Which one's Akane? Isn't it her? Okay, well, Pico had a stomach ache, right? She had a stomach ache. Did Akane have a stomach ache? Only Pico had the shits. Interesting. The fire breaks out. The fire door in the hallway of the old building can be shut to keep the fire from spreading. That's such a weird detail. Why are we talk? Why is this a thing? A knife. The knife found at the crime scene was not included in the kitchen's equipment list. All the dangerous equipment that could be a potential weapon was confiscated by Byakuya. Apparently, there was an iron plate for the barbecue and a portable stove for cooking hot pots. Like, everything I'm seeing is pointing towards me thinking it's Nagito, right? Because that's like that's what I'm thinking. Like that's what the things like lead to. But I don't. For some reason, there's something keeping me from thinking that. He's fine. I think he's fine. He's definitely fine. I think she's fine. She's fine. Alright, well, let's get in here.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
That's Twitch Prime.
Such a cruel
Right.
rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it?
You want mod?
By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry.
Yeah. I'm really scared of alt-tabbing this game though. Isn't it just slash mod? Yeah, there you go. There's your sword. You've been knighted. By the way, this class trial is gonna be punishment fair. Doesn't need to worry. Okay.
I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin.
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, the second your fucking internet crashes, though, you're not gonna feel so happy.
Brandon, let's just settle this with our fists.
Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Which I completely believe. And your cheeks are adorable.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds? Huh. The most pressing issue on our minds? Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath a table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that... No, think about it. Think about if is a waste of time. We have to do this no matter what. By the way, one of the things that isn't a truth bullet that I think is suspicious... one of the things I think is suspicious about that isn't a truth bullet is the when they drew sticks. Because they made a note that Nagito had them available really quickly, and he just so happened to get the red one, you know. I think that's suspicious. The class trials finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. Sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. Yeah, like he rigged it so that he, like, yeah. During these discussions, all your classmates will speak one after the other without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. This means you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you'll find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into your truth cylinder. Use the mouse, move the reticle, and hit fire with the left mouse button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and choose your truth bullet to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Yeah, I'm glad I at least knife. Oh my god.
Why was Byakuya's body?
Wow, I'm not even moving my mouse, by the way.
His body was underneath the table.
That's how much sway there is.
Back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Huh?
Oh, I missed. Well, we're off to a great start.
Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery. Like a dog burying a bone.
We're going at a breakneck speed, guys.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body.
Wow, that's a nice sound. That's crunchy.
No, I don't think the killer moved the body. Huh? Why? Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Wait, you... Did she just understand me? I don't... Interesting. I'm not used to
I
that.
thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
Okay, like... These characters are, like, as long as they maintain this, they're way fucking better.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
For cover.
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was? Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
Where's Byakuya dove under the table? If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... Oh, sorry. Well, I thought maybe he was like, oh, yeah, so this is what's happening, but okay. The reason Byakuya dove under the table, if it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's doing during the party. Well, there's probably this. Okay.
Crap! 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 I can prove it with this. It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Okay.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there, so in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice?
Yeah, that's
there was a
that word.
knife
Yeah,
in
that's the
the
part
table?
that fucked me up.
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen
Yeah,
someone
but
trying to
he's
get
always
away
been
from
careful. It's not
the table.
unique to the party.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial.
During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from the point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there will be only one lie or contradiction in the debate at a time. This means there will be a false weak spot. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you concentrate by holding down the space key, you can progress the argument slowly. Please use it whenever you feel like the statements are moving too fast for you to aim. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct. If that's the case... During the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands... Must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black. It was so dark I couldn't see my food. Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
No, that's
I
wrong.
love that crunch sound whenever you shoot a statement. It's so.
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
Are you saying there's more than this one murder in the game?
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was happening.
Yeah. Yeah, you know Hajime actually uses a fucking gun when Makoto uses a slingshot.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Whoa!
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
You were surprised by Mahiru's statement. Sorry, sudden argument. Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding, sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will get into a one-on-one debate called a rebuttal showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak points, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the whilst. Based on the shape of their remarks, it is important to know whether they cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew toward their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You will lose counts of sharpness if you miss, so please be very careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you can normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood toward the other party's advantage, plus it's gotta be very big. Just like regular debate, please refute any weak points with the left mouse button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. What's a truth blade? I'm terribly sorry. It appears there has been a delay in contacting you. I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. And this mode, truth bolts will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any other changes in your handbook menu. Only the name has changed, but only think of a change in feeling is important. Do you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the escape button to exactly give you the controls, well then good luck and have fun.
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Okay, you can't slow down here too. Wait.
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
I can't back down.
Oh. Oh, fuck. Sorry. I didn't realize.
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision. That's gotta be it.
Wait, what?
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Oh, it's on my side.
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. And in reality, that's what happened. So those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
What? How am I the wrong one?
Damn it! If you just use common sense, the killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. And in reality, that's what happened. So those goggles
I'm
were
fucking-
planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
What the fuck? What? No, because they're in the case. What?
If you just use common sense, the killer obviously used those night vision. That's gotta be it.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. In reality, so those goggles
This is really weird.
brought them to the crime scene.
I found a hole in your argument. This is really weird. I don't like how that controls in the slightest. I'm sure Byakuya brought the night vision because I didn't do anything different, but I won this time. But last time I hit an argument with that, and the last time it went to her side, but this time it went to my side. That was really weird. I'm sure Byakuya brought the night vision goggles. I need to refute Miharu's claim with evidence.
If they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in reality, so those goggles were planted and the killer brought them to the crime scene.
Wait, why the fuck did that go in her favor? It all of a sudden went into, what the fuck?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. In reality, so those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene. Because if they used, then they could have killed Byakuya even in reality, so those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Wait, why does it go to her side?
Because if they used night, then they could have killed Byakuya even in reality. So those goggles were planned and the killer brought them to the crime scene.
Oh.
Cut through those words.
I don't. My first impressions. My first impressions of that mechanic are that I don't like it. That's my first impression.
Definitely. But why?
It's kind of retarded.
Inside the duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, he found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case.
I don't know. It seems kind of arbitrary. Like it. There's too many things in this game where you go, I guess that worked.
Since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Again?
Then, was that knife inside the case too?
Usually people don't start agreeing with me until like 45 to an hour hour into the case trial. Yeah, so it's like
If there were night vision goggles
exactly.
inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
Like, how is it really that different from a truth bullet in that case then?
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Ew, you totally mean that in a perverted way.
The knife was brought in the duralanium case. Oh, night vision goggles too? No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party started. I should be able to prove it.
I see! There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the
I'm getting irritated. I'm starting to dig the nurse.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond, being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
Stop.
He probably knew. Someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
You think so too, right, Hajime?
That's right. Byakuya probably knew there was a possibility the murder would occur. What? There we go. Scrolling is really weird.
I can prove it with this. Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Hey, the hell is this?
Oh, really? That sounds like fun.
Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage. It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
I want to see a video of someone like solving Sakura's case like down to the T, right? Like before the case trial.
Those are still lies!
Doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because... What do you mean? By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
But the letter might have been just a little prank.
As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
I really like that face she makes for some reason.
So,
Not the
he
nurse, the chick,
tried to do
the
something
other
about
chick.
it without telling anyone? I see. A strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer? Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who is the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
Yeah. Thankfully, there's no character that Hajime really does that with, like Makoto did with Sayaka. No, the killer definitely used a mark, and because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table. The glowing paint.
I see! What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark.
Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker.
No. Buddy.
Which means it was you!
My god.
Takoyama!
Heko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for two glasses wearers?
I'm not the killer. Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Echo's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Pecco's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? After this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. Oh, the white noise? Oh, wait. If we call the weak spots you've seen up to now argue spots, the blue-colored weak spots can be called agree spots. Oh, what's this? When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing that the person's testimony contains lies and mistakes, please fire the truth bullet that prove the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it'll become a logically sound argument. Isn't it a little hot in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press the escape key, alright, good luck, have fun. Okay, well, these are much easier to understand when in practice. Oh fuck, I need to look at these accounts. Oh, I'm not exactly sure.
She could have caused the blackout at any time.
Wait, what was Tero's account? Fuck, I'm so sorry. Oh. Possible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
What happened to your guard duty?
Sorry.
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Listening to Pico's testimony, it's not weird to doubt her, but I feel like I spoke to someone during the test who backs up her testimony.
Since Pecco was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time.
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
What happened to your guard duty?
But none of these have anything to do with her.
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Not a single one of these accounts have anything to do with her. That has nothing to do with her. Nothing to do with her. And nothing to do with her. Yeah, but this was before the party even started. And Pico was in the dining hall. So this has nothing to do with who was in or who could have been or who was in the office. Because there was someone in the bathroom, or the bathroom was locked or inaccessible before the party started. And she...
Since Pecco was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time.
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
What happened to your guard duty?
Sorry.
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Since Pekko was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time.
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
But she didn't, because she was in the dining hall.
Sorry.
So the bathroom has nothing to do with her.
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
She was there,
Since Pekko was in the office,
and they were like, "Okay, fine, I'll watch the case," and then she left.
That's impossible.
And from there on, nobody knows where she was.
Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
I agree with that.
No, because that would have been after the party started. That didn't make any sense to me.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Pekko.
You know, she's okay.
It's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Pekko's alibi.
I want to hear this. I'm trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started. And it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Okay, so here's where the fucking confusion happened. Before she left, I had interpreted it as the party had started. But the party started after she left. That's why I didn't fucking understand. Because I haven't been to a party in like 11 years.
Everyone else besides Pekko was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
Okay, yeah, alright. Well, I thought the party started as soon as... The party started when I walked in the door, you know? That's the way I interpreted it.
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Pekko.
That's what I didn't... Okay. Alright, fair enough. I get it now. But...
I guess that would be... true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you are so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit. Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
I think she's about to.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners, or were you raised in a locker room?
Hold up. Dislikes bad manners. Okay. I thought she was bad manners.
I'm sorry.
It's shit.
Fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Don't worry. The smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
I said it's fine.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach.
Our boy over here is rocking the fucking Leon face.
Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Seriously, stop it.
But still,
your stomach pain.
I think we have a new
Is it really
follow
just a
alert.
coincidence?
Seriously. Stop it.
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
I see. That might have happened.
The question is whether Pico's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. Well, Akane never got food poisoning. Or had to shit. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Hey, what the fuck? How come Teru's account's not here?
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right? Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Taro cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that.
What the fuck is the speed up button? I'll never figure it out, will I? Oh, there it is. Control key. Taste. Oh. Is it? Oh, sorry. What was the party dishes one? Oh, okay, yeah, so that's the right one. Okay, sorry. Fair enough.
I don't remember eating. Now that you brought food to the office, just a little bit from the dining.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Taro cooked the food.
I wouldn't do anything like laxatives would ruin the taste.
Nope, okay, that's fine. I'm not irritated. I don't hate bullet time. I love it.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating. Now that you brought food to the office, just a little bit from.
There might have been some laxatives in it.
I don't.
No, that's wrong.
How is that wrong? That's a total possibility.
No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the
Well,
dining
it
hall.
could have been slipped into her food, dumbass.
Because Pekka wasn't the only one who ate that food.
Okay, well, I
Akane ate some
thought
of
it
it
the
too.
exact opposite way.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene. Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
He's the one that just is like, hey, how about this?
Fuck did you say, bitch?
Alright, settle down, buddy.
Cease this bickering.
Let's just dismiss Pecco's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout.
But, okay.
Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us. Trashy skank?
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important. So we need to make clear how the blackout occurred.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
Maybe they used a remote control?
They probably messed with the breaker.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
Okay, thought I was firing a truth bullet, like an agree spot. Like, oh, that's possible because
Crap!
there's tampering with the iron stuff.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
Maybe they used a remote control?
They probably messed with the breaker.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
Well, they tamper
Maybe
with
they
power.
caused a power surge?
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Beautiful.
It's just as Mahiru said. The blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
God, he sounds like Adachi so hard.
Which is why those 3 irons were
Right there, he
arranged to
sounded
cause the
like
blackout.
identical. Not even gonna do a different voice.
When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
Well, hey, boss.
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah. It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool! Hold
Okay.
on a second, let me speak too!
Okay.
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout? That's inexcusable!
How? You need to explain it. I don't know. Irons in the storage
The
room.
irons in the storage room caused the blackout, and for the killer to turn the irons on. You're saying they went all the way to the storage, and that means everyone who, when the blackout occurred, can't be a suspect.
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall, if the irons caught, then the killer had to go to the storage room before that.
I don't think they realize how long it takes to switch bullets in this game.
If the irons in the storage room caught, then for the killer to turn the irons on, you're saying they went all the way to the storage, and that means everyone who, when the blackout occurred, can't be a suspect.
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to cause the... If the irons, then the killer had to go to the storage room and turn on the iron. Now do you intend to take back what you said? But the people in the dining hall weren't able to cause the... If the irons caught, then the killer had to go to the storage room and turn on the iron. Now do you intend to take back what you said? But the people in the dining hall weren't able to cause the blackout. If the irons caused, then the killer had to go to the storage room before that and turn on the iron. Now do you intend to take back what you said? But the people in the dining hall, if the irons caused the blackout.
Allow me to cut through those words.
The irons are just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger.
These blade things are fucking garbage so far. I'm sorry.
The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Air conditioners!
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham-Hams died around that time too.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see. I understand. Indubitably.
All right, cool.
Indubitably?
I prefer the fucking rhythm game over this.
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out.
Like the WASD part is really fucking stupid, but the blade part, like that's all you needed. I don't understand the point of the WASD segments.
So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout. Indubitably.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Dun dun dun!
Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet! My couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. But even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time, and maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach.
Are you fucking military sniper, Ohio?
Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
It's alright. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys. There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all. In the end, hope always wins. That's what
What's the music inside?
Nagito? What happened to you? Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident. For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question...
What the fuck did he say that was so creepy? No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach. Resetting the breaker in the darkness would have been impossible no matter what. So, like you don't believe, like you don't need to blame yourself. Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself. Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may actually find him. It's all right. You don't have to worry because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys. There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all. In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe. What happened to you? Well, you've been saying this whole time. Was that so? What did he say that was so weird? That triggered the creepy music. He didn't say anything overtly weird. Was it just because he said that there was a killer now? Is that it? Yeah, but in the context of what he's saying, it's not that big of a deal. In the end, hope always wins, you know? Well, to be fair, we have been in this fucking debate for like 30 minutes, so anyone could change their fucking mind.
Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Unfortunately, it's the truth.
Oh, how long did it take you to fucking respond to that statement? It was like, that was a while ago.
Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killer. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
You're changing your story again?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point. Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
What's up with this heel turn?
Naruto, there's definitely something wrong with you.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you. Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior. Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is. I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends. I don't want to do this either.
Me too! Please, take me home already! I want to go home and eat candy!
Stop it. If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Everyone calm down. We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
Then why did Byakuya die?
Who cares? Let's just give up already. There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
That's wrong. I think.
Whoa.
Did you say something?
As we've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
The actual substance of the debates are really good. I just don't like a lot of the mini games.
The killer? I don't know, but we do have a clue about a suspicious
Yeah.
person. I think.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Didn't we already cover that?
Yeah.
Use glowing paint as a mark.
I mean, wasn't that like the rhythm game in the first game?
No, not that. I mean before that.
Sure, it was mindless, but it was fun. Before. Is she asking how the killer got close to that table? If they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow of the paint in order to do that, they need to get close to the table while it was still dark.
Let's try
It is.
examining the situation. My hero's diagram might be useful here.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Just as I thought, this diagram is the clue. Whoever the killer is and how they were able to move to the table in the dark, that's clearly shown in this diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to that table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. Killer probably used... Oh, they probably followed the wire, right?
Here! Killer must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
The desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Of course, there's no way the desk lamp killer actually used the wire.
I can prove it with this. They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Power cord?
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right? By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table, then use the glowing paint to find the knife.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
Who?
The only person here who could have possibly done it.
You're the only one! Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito!
I want to figure out how he knew that Byakuya was going to go underneath the table.
That's just a coincidence.
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table?
Nagito's chance to hide the table was when he was cleaning it.
I see! Nagito,
Weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife.
That's...
If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously! That's all just a coincidence!
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another,
Okay, she's really cool.
I wonder, is something like that even possible?
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
Oh, pretty good. I suppose she wasn't like... She looks a little bit too... in space. Does that sound fair?
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
I'm curious about the blood-stained tablecloth in the storage room.
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was part of your plan too.
You got us to lower our guard and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
Well, just admit it already!
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya.
Is this supposed to like help us like transition to the new game by killing off two characters that are the same or similar to a character from the old game?
Say something.
Oh, he's holding up pretty well.
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death! Ah, how wonderful! How beautiful it is!
Huh?
Those eyes. At that moment, Nagito's eyes, the darkness in those eyes shone brightly as if the layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
Let's cut to the chase. You're correct. It was my doing all along. I'm the one who hid the knife under the table before the party started. I'm the one who used the power cord to find my way to the table in the dark. And of course, I'm the one who caused the blackout. After all, there's no way I'd knowingly whip out a knife in front of everyone, right?
Is it just me, or does he seem a little nuts right now?
But I never expected Byakuya to have night vision goggles. Because of that, we had ourselves a little scuffle under the table. And, well...
Oh, silent
all
scuffle.
saw how that played out.
Silent scuffle.
But with the twist ending like this, I think we can all agree this ended up being a very interesting mystery. Byakuya performed admirably. Just stop it already! Seriously! What the hell happened to you?
Don't tell me. Is this your true nature? Were you lying to us this entire time?
Me? Lie? That's outrageous! There's no way someone like me could ever lie to you guys. I understand better than anyone else that I'm ultimately worthless. I'm too arrogant to have dreams.
I don't know, I think Ibuki's looking like she's fine with the whole thing.
Disdainful to actually try at anything.
Mikan, though, she's... she ain't doing so hot.
Make peace with the fact that I'm a lowly, stupid, insignificant human who can't do anything right.
Holy crap!
Never mind.
He's totally the type of guy who spent his childhood killing neighborhood pets!
He seems like the sort of person whose eyes light up while watching Friday the 13th. Just like me.
That's quite the hobby you have there. but, like, now's not really the time to bring it up.
This guy, is he the real Nagito?
Hey, Nagito! If you were behind all of this, then did you also send that threatening letter?
Yep, I sure did. There's nobody else on this island whose handwriting is that painful to look at, right?
Better than mine.
But why would you send a threatening letter in the first place?
I think somewhere deep in my heart, I was probably hoping to find someone who would stop my evil deeds. Well, I bet if that really was my reason, at least some of you would feel sorry for me.
It is really weird watching what is almost a Makoto character, like, in this position.
Are you making fun of us?
By threatening Byakuya, Nagito was likely able to manipulate his actions.
And how about that old-looking building near the hotel? Yeah, he's like negative. He's negative Makoto. Like if you put like a negative filter.
In doing so, Nagito was able to manipulate everyone to the scene where the murder would occur.
It's like if Makoto had a shadow self of him in the TV world. This is what it would be.
That reminds me. Nagito was the one who suggested I guard the office.
Well, not only is the storage room packed with lots of stuff, it's hard to see in there, and full of cobwebs. And I was so busy cleaning the dining hall that I didn't even have time to clean the storage room. If you stayed in there for a long time, I think it would be bad for your health. In that case, why don't you guard the case in the office?
Oh, I get it. If Peko was guarding the storage room, Nagito wouldn't have been able to use the irons. The threatening letter, along with all your suggestions, was all a trap to manipulate us.
A Yunko Palace?
Yep, that's true too.
Don't you think Danganronpa is a bit darker than Persona?
Huh? What?
I didn't need to rig the drawing for cleaning duty, you know?
And no one would have taken it.
If that's true, then how did you conveniently get picked for cleaning duty?
I see. Well, there's no way I'd expect you to remember it.
Yeah, but it's not.
Worthless talent for a worthless human.
This game has like no bright points. Nagito's talent. I believe his talent was the ultimate lucky student.
I see. You're the ultimate lucky student. Then, did you?
That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty.
You just relied on your luck?
It's not just luck. It's true my talent sucks, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know?
We're really doing this? Huh, I'm left with the red mark? For some reason, for someone called the ultimate lucky student, I don't seem to be very lucky right now.
At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky, but it was actually the opposite.
It would make more sense if he rigged it. Like, it makes way more sense if he, like, just make him rig it. What's the point of this?
I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty. Just
This
like
adds nothing other than just stupid convenience. It just makes it dumber.
Enough. I don't care about that anymore. More importantly, why did you kill Byakuya? Answer me!
Byakuya was a very capable leader. For someone like him to get killed, oh, the despair it brings. It's only fitting that you symbols of hope should use his death as a stepping stone to shine even brighter.
Yeah, Kyoko is basically a fucking guardian angel.
That was my only motivation.
You're not making any sense!
Fine, let's start the damn vote already. I'm ready to fucking kill this psycho.
Please, Monokuma! Please, wait!
Huh? The fuck?
How should I put this? Is Nagito
What are you saying? He's already confessed, hasn't he?
I already know that, but there's just something a little strange.
If it's only a little, then keep your mouth shut. Your ugly face is stressing me out. It makes me want to puke.
I'm sorry.
For now, might I suggest we listen to what she has to say?
Now that I know she isn't murder bait, she's pretty cool.
But we know who the killer is.
Simply listening is acceptable. However, I won't allow this to end with mere play. Now then, let us lift the curtain for our bloody spectacle.
Have at ye! From this point on, lines of white noise will appear. Your truth bullets will touch these. Your box with your debate. Yeah, we already know how these work. Oh, but don't worry, they're not going to fall in despair. Meaningless. There's much more thing, but you'll be able to shoot down white noise. We'll explain later. Yeah, I can just use the silencer. Oh my god, I can't remember all their fucking accounts. I don't even remember who Ibuki is.
I think it's strange that...
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
He has already confessed.
You know...
That bastard Nagito is the one who did it.
Who the fuck is Ibuki? Ah. Gotcha. Yeah, but they're tired. It's been a while. They just want to go. They want to go home. They've been up all night for a party, and now they investigate a murder. They haven't slept yet. They're ready to fucking leave. By any means.
He killed Byakuya with the knife he hid.
Oh, never mind.
Thanks for wasting our time, skanky bitch!
My god!
Let's prepare to cast our votes.
What does Mikot think is strange? Because she must know something that contradicts the crime scene.
I think it's strange that...
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
Who the fuck is Kazuchi?
He has already confessed.
You know...
That bastard Nagito is the one who did it. He killed Byakuya with the knife he hid.
Oh, never mind.
Thanks for wasting our time, skanky bitch!
Then let's prepare to cast our votes.
I think it's strange that...
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
He has already confessed.
You know...
But I don't. None of these people are saying anything that contradicts anything. They're supposed to find the lie
Byakuya with the knife he hid.
or the contradiction.
Oh, never mind.
So
Then let's prepare to cast our votes.
there was no contradiction being stated
It's strange that...
in any way, shape, or
So obviously
form.
Nagito!
I know what all these say. It was like,
He has
yo,
already
bathroom
confessed.
was locked. No one was. There's someone in there.
You know...
Bookie's account. All the sound.
Bastard Nagito is the one who
Chiaki was him, which has nothing to do with anything. So this is obviously isn't it. And this was that there was no one in the office. After the blackout, he headed straight to the office. Didn't see anyone in there. And then walked away. Okay. Nothing to do with anything. I really wish she would fucking talk, because she hasn't said anything. So I don't know what she's trying to say. What, the 5mm? I don't know how big the fucking knife was. Why are you expecting me to know that?
Prepare to cast our votes.
There's no description of the size of the knife. Yeah, but how the fuck am I supposed to know? There's no description of the knife.
I think it's strange that...
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
He has already confessed... you know...
That bastard Nagito, he killed Byakuya with the knife. No, that's wrong.
That knife might not be the murder weapon. That's what you wanted to say, right, Nikon?
What the hell are you talking about? It's obvious the knife was the murder weapon.
But, based on the entry wounds on Byakuya's body, the actual weapon should be roughly 5mm in diameter. 5mm in diameter? That's like way skinnier than a knife!
Hey, that better be true. If you screwed up, I'll sell your fucking ass to a whorehouse!
Not a whorehouse!
We don't use diameters at all, by the way. We're talking about knives. Because knives don't have a diameter. Because they're not fucking circular. They have a width and a length. And a depth. They don't have a diameter.
Hey, why are you threatening her?
Is this what you're trying to say, Nikon?
My problem is that Mikan's a fucking stuttering idiot.
As long as we can't prove that the knife is the murder weapon, we can't assume that I'm the killer.
What are you saying? No one else can be the killer. It has to be you.
Hey, don't blame me. Mikon's the one who said it.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Nagito. Are you still hiding something?
Hiding?
Like, during the blackout, did something happen between you and Byakuya that we don't know about?
Right.
Who knows?
My problem is that she's annoying.
After all this, what else do you intend to hide?
Jeez, the moment your back's against the wall, you get all silent. You piss me off. What happened during the blackout? Ugh! If you cross your eyes like this, it gives you double vision.
Dude, she gets traumatized by a fucking light breeze.
Don't get distracted! Our lives are at stake, you know?
Huh? Whose life is at stake?
Seriously, how long is it gonna take for you to understand the damn rules?
Nobody can see in the dark, no matter how hard you think about it.
Well,
Truth is beyond your sight.
if he wasn't the murderer, the only other way is that someone stabbed him from beneath the floorboards. But the only people who are outside during the blackout is Chiaki and Yakuza boy.
Don't you think that's a pretty clever metaphor? Despite the fact that it came from me? No, that's not it. Not it? What's not it?
The truth is beyond our sight. No way that can't be it. There should be some way to find out what happened in the dark.
I can prove it with this. couldn't see what happened in the dark. I'm pretty sure someone could have heard it. Isn't that right, Ibuki?
For reals?
I'm so surprised.
You were the one who told me, remember? How everyone was shouting during the blackout?
Everyone, calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this. Ah! Don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is... Ow!
Turn the damn lights on! I can't eat like this, you know?
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Dude, Kyoko must have been so stressed because it's hard to hard carry this fucking thing.
Such perceptive hearing. Impressive. I'd expect no less from the ultimate musician.
It's a good thing your ears are awesome because your face, style, figure, and personality totally suck.
What's wrong with their figure?
You've got me deep with your knife of truth!
However, after hearing what Byakuya and Nagito said in the dark...
What the hell? What's going on here? This is... Ow!
It almost sounds like Byakuya fought back against Nagito or something.
Well, that's actually what happened. As a sign of respect for Ibuki's talent, I have a small confession to make. I was actually shoved out from under the table by Byakuya. He shoved you out? Just as the blackout occurred, I hurried to duck under the table and grab the knife. But Byakuya, wearing his night vision goggles, caught me and shoved me right out from under the table. That's right. I'm so incompetent that I couldn't even grab the knife.
So Byakuya stopped him when he was trying to get the knife. And he got shoved out from under the table before he could even grab it. Well, it sounds plausible. I mean, just from listening to what they both said at the time.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is... Ow!
I could interpret it like that. No, actually, now that I think about it, it sounds like exactly what happened.
After getting shoved out from under the table, I was just as confused as you guys. I lost sight of the glowing paint, and I didn't even know where the power cord was.
The fuck is this guy's motivation?
Before I realized it, the lights had come back on, and Byakuya's body was lying under the table.
Hold on! Are you saying you're not the killer?
From the very beginning, the idea to throw a party, hiding the knife, setting up the blackout, it was all going according to plan. But unfortunately, my plan failed. And all thanks to Byakuya's night vision goggles. What happened after that? Even I don't know.
So if it's not him... yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Then you're not the one who killed Byakuya?
Or it's like Makoto and Kyoko had a kid, and the kid was raised by Yunko.
And we're right back to square one!
How can that be? We spent all this time talking back and forth.
Meaninglessness. But you can't give up. You need to have hope. Do your best and move forward.
That's a bad hand to be dealt.
Rising to the challenge again and again is why you guys are the symbols of hope.
Is Nagito really not the killer? Is this guy really the Nagito I knew before? No, there's no way I can say that. I just thought I knew him, but this whole time I didn't know anything about this guy. So the only other... it's weird because I don't think it's Chiaki. Chiaki was with Monami the whole time. Oh my god, this is where I buy them? I'm so fucking pissed. That would leave it with Fuyuhiko, because he's the only one who was outside as well, right? And she said no one came out and no one came in that time period. So wouldn't Fuyuhiko, if it was him, how would he know about the blackout? And how would he also know the layout of the old room? Because he never walked in there once. Huh. I don't know his true character. Simple as that. But now that's not the time. Now's not the time for me to dwell on that. Well, thank God, because if you're Makoto, this would be another 30 minutes. We need to find Byakuya's killer by any means possible. Because if we don't, we will die here. Trial suspended.
Well now.
Now then, the trial has reached its climax, but... Okay, here's a question for you. What's this? Those of you who've guessed who've figured out who it is, how about you try and guess the killer challenge? Ooh! Whoever fails to guess the right killer will have their save data melted away like butter. Oh. But if you guess it right, I'll reward you $10 billion. 10 billion? Of course, those of you who don't know who the killer is, you can just continue. Now then, what are you gonna do? Isn't this like a really bad idea? What? What does he mean he's gonna melt my save data? I guess we're not gonna. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna fuck around with my save data. You out of your fucking mind? I'm not even using the. I'm not even using the gamepad, and it's giving me fucking gamepad controls. All right, we'll just left mouse button to continue on. You can't make a choice. Huh? There's no way to be able to guess who the killer is.
And of course, there's
Okay.
no $10 billion either.
All right.
So evil.
I was really worried. I think it would have been cool though to like do a guess the killer thing, and then like, oh, here's what everyone else guessed at the end.
I'm Mon Ami, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. The group's leader, Byakuya, got killed, and his killer is among this group of students? No, I'm not gonna believe it. I'll never believe it. 'Cause I believe in everyone. So do your best, and don't forget to save regularly.
Well, what now?
Because if it's not him, then how did the fucking? Because if he planned the blackout and he set up the layout of the entire dining hall, no one else knew the layout of the dining hall until the party. And the people who didn't even know the layout is Fuyuhiko.
If the knife isn't the murder weapon, there's no definitive proof that I'm the killer.
Shut up! We'll be the judge of that.
You say you were shoved away, but you can't actually prove it, right?
That's right. Even if a different weapon was used, it does not mean Nagito has been cleared of suspicion.
But there's another reason why I don't think Nagito is the killer.
There's still more?
Based on what we've discussed, Byakuya was killed under the table, right?
Is there something wrong with that?
Well, even if that's true, I feel Nagito looks, you know, clean.
Stupid.
Nobody's
Stupid.
ever complimented me on my
Stupid.
appearance before. Not even my own mother.
I'm not talking about your looks.
Why does Mikan think Nagito? There's no blood on him.
I see.
Are you trying to say something like, why didn't Nagito have any bloodstains on him?
Yes,
I can really relate to Nagito then.
Because under the table, there was a lot of blood splattered everywhere, right? There were even bloodstains on the inside of the tablecloth.
If he stabbed Byakuya to death, it's strange he did not get splattered with an appropriate amount of blood.
So the only people it could be is Chihaki and Yakudu.
I didn't get any blood on me? That is weird.
Yeah, I gotta...
You just used something to block the blood, didn't you?
I remember one guy got, like, suspended or some shit because he said yikers. Like, yikes. And they thought he said the N-word for some reason.
Something that might have been used to block the blood splatter. What do you think it could have been? I guess we did see something I could have used. Isn't that right, Hajime?
Yes, there is one thing he could have used. That EOS? Oh my god. When is this going to come into play?
I can prove it with this. You're talking about the bloodstained tablecloth we found in the storage room.
On Neva? Oh my god.
If there are bloodstains on it, that settles it.
Isn't that the iceberg?
Nagito used the tablecloth to block the blood splatter.
Well, no, I've literally never once seen any of my games when I used to play League.
But that was found in the storage room, right? Are you suggesting he hid it there after the murder?
You mean after the lights came back on? What would he have done if we'd seen him?
That's true. The tablecloth was pretty big. So even if you tried to hide it and take it with you...
Wearing a tablecloth, going under the table, hitting a knife in a blackout, and stabbing someone. That's not just impossible for someone like me. Wouldn't it also be impossible for you guys too?
Then what does it mean?
Like, then it's Chihaki, but then...
Maybe the killer didn't necessarily stab Byakuya under the table.
No, there's no mistake that the murder occurred under...
Doesn't that narrow it down to literally just him?
Even the inside of the tablecloth was bloody, so there's no denying Byakuya was killed there. But that doesn't mean where Byakuya got stabbed and where the killer did the stabbing are the same, right?
I don't understand at all!
Well, if he got killed from underneath the floorboards, only 2 students were outside at the time of the blackout, and that was Chihaki and Yakuza Boy. But Chihaki was with Monami the whole time. And also, Chihaki is leading the conversation towards her being considered the killer, which doesn't make any sense. Also, she couldn't find a way to get underneath the floorboards with Mr. Shinobi dude, who couldn't find his earring. Place where Byakuya got stabbed and where the killer did the stabbing are different.
Huh? Hajime, you look like you're onto something.
Really? But it sounds like a riddle.
The only thing that wouldn't make any sense is that he would need to...
I feel like I'm onto something, but it's still not clear what that is.
Under the table, but not under the table. If it's somehow possible...
Yeah, but eventually... You can get underneath, though. Because... he eventually found his earring. When he came back. There's that one detail that Nagito said to look at
Moving forward,
before we went into the trial.
all unnecessary preconceptions and just choose the answer. I think.
But he was with us the whole time. The improved Hangman's Gambit will occur. The goal is to line up the right letters in order to reveal a keyword related to the incident in question. Improvised Hangman's Gambit is like a little puzzle game. Various letters... Oh god. Various letters will be flying across the screen in all directions, and there are new rules you must remember. There are 2 rules you must remember. If 2 different letters clash, you'll take damage. If 2 of the same letters clash, they will fuse. Into what? This isn't paint. Let's make 2 of the same letters clash. Well, you try not to let 2 of the same different letters clash. That is what is most important. In order to do that, you've been given a technique to catch and release. Soda. When you move the reticle with the mouse, press the right button while it's on top of a letter. You can snatch the letter like a vacuum. This is what this means to catch. However, you can only catch one letter at a time, so please be careful. When you press the right mouse button while you have a letter caught, you can shoot it where your cursor is aiming. This is how you release the letter. Which catch and release, you can change the position of the letters and hit letters with each other. Make sure you hit the same letters, you can fuse them. The fused letters will freeze and get bigger. By pressing the right mouse button, you can blow it up and erase it from the field. It's called firing the letters. Catch and release with the right mouse button, and after you fuse them, fire with the right mouse button. That's a whole lot of right mouse buttons. Yeah. However, if you just erase letters, you won't be able to clear the game. Ultimately, the main goal of improved Hangman's Gambit is to complete the keyword. Display the question on the tab key and figure out what the keyword will answer that question about lining up the keyword. Instead of pressing the right mouse... What the fuck is this? Instead of pressing the right mouse button to fire the letter, press the left mouse button. And if that happens at the same time the letters blows up, you can't explain this with words. It'll be sent to the keyword list. If a sent letter is correct, it will fit in the keyword list. If it's not, the influence gauge will take damage. You must write the keyword in order based on the flying letters. Please think about the completed word. Also, if you leave the fused letter alone for a while, it will blow up on its own. In that case, it will still damage you, so please be very careful. It took so long to explain it, but do you understand now? If you press the escape button and do these scenes, you can review the controls. I'm sure you'll get it. Oh, good luck, have fun! The place Byakuya got stabbed and the place where the killer did the stabbing aren't the same. Using those words as a clue, you should put aside my preconceptions and try to think about it. Something different, something is coming to me. Just a little bit more. I have a feeling I can see something. But under the floor. Oh, these are going really slow. Huh? Oh, okay, okay. Oh. Okay. Wait for a D. Oh, and I finally get a. Oh my god. Did I do it right?
Got it! The killer must have stabbed Byakuya from under the floorboards.
Under the floorboards?
The floorboards in the old building are full of gaps, and there was no carpet laid out under the table. If they stuck the weapon through one of the gaps, they could have stabbed Byakuya to death.
If so, that means the killer was able to get under the floorboards. Where? And how?
I don't know that yet, but I have a feeling there's someone here who does know.
At that point, everyone's already voted. And he goes, wait, I just figured out. That's right. If I remember correctly, one person here should know about how to get under the floorboards. Oh, well, it's actually you.
You're the only one! Hey, Gundam, you dropped your earring in the dining hall, right?
Are you referring to the Hellhound earring?
Mm-hmm.
About that earring.
I said, are you referring to the Hellhound earring?
About that Hellhound earring. You dropped it beneath the floorboards, right?
Ah, there it is. I have found it. Truly, this is the Hellhound earring. For you, ha 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 ha. It seems God exists for my benefit. I see. Good for you. However, how do I recover it? I cannot fit my arm through the opening. Were I to use a tool, it probably would not reach either.
Just a bit longer and I would have reduced everything, including that old building, to ashes. However, it's just as the old legend said. The Hellhound earring has returned to its owner, to me!
Is it safe to say that that earring is the one hanging from your right ear? Huh? Could it be? Gundam wasn't wearing an earring during the investigation. And if he had it on by the time the class trial began, then that means Gundam was able to retrieve his earring from beneath the floorboards during the investigation.
You know, this could be why Adachi became a murderer. He had to go through all this shit.
So, Gundam knows how to get under the floorboards.
It's understandable.
It's actually a
After
prequel.
all, you fools only view the world through eyes of glass. But I am different. With the power of my 4 dark devas of destruction, it is of no concern. Truly, this is the evil 4th eye. Before the might of the evil 4th eye, all visual chaos is rendered asunder.
What should I do? I'm embarrassed just listening to him.
Oh! Man up and speak more clearly!
It's okay. You don't wear earrings, so you don't think about it very often.
Fine, I shall tell you all. The answer was in the storage room. One of my 4 dark devas of destruction, Mirage Golden Hawk, Jumpy, has seen beyond the chaos. A secret passage of doom leading to the underground lurks beneath a large assortment of random boxes. After securing a lighter from the supermarket, I threw caution to the wind and ventured below the floorboards. And as a result of that lonesome battle, I was able to recover the Hellhound earring with my own 2 hands!
Okay.
Tremble with fear, fools! Behold my power!
So it would have had to be anyone who was in the building, but not in the dining hall. And we already know that Kendo chick was shitting her brains out. That leaves... Doesn't that just leave the princess?
There he goes blabbing about power and crap. You're ridiculous. You're just a breeder, you know.
Anyway, it sounds like you can go under the floorboards from the storage room.
Then that has to be how the killer did it.
Would explain why
The
someone...
space beneath the floor is empty. It's not that far to move from the storage room to the dining hall.
Sonia was in the Sonia was near the storage room during all this, right? Wasn't she? Didn't she say she was gonna fucking? Yeah. I can't remember why though. I forgot the reason.
I see. If they passed through the storage room, I understand why the tablecloth was put there.
But still, that needs to explain how she knew that someone was gonna go underneath the table during the blackout.
The killer lurked under the floorboards during the party, and from there, stab, stab, stab!
Are you sure?
You don't like stab, stab, stab? Should it sound more fleshy? Like...
I'm not talking about your sound effects. You're saying they snuck under the floorboards, but that means they would have had to leave the party, right? So, was there anyone who was able to do that?
We'll explain why they were able to get the sheets hidden in time too, because you have to just go through, take the sheet, lay it over you, stab through the sheet or some bullshit, and then take the sheet, rail it up, and throw it back in there and then walk out.
Then whoever wasn't at the party is the killer. They must be the one who was waiting under the floorboards.
But it would have to be someone who was in the
I
building
wasn't
from
at
the very
party
beginning.
again. I didn't participate.
We're
but
going down the wrong
I was
fucking
guarding the
line of...
entrance, remember?
God damn it, we're
Monami
going...
over there can be my witness, right?
Yes, this Monami over here is your witness.
I believe there's no need to discuss this matter further, but I was unable to leave the bathroom.
I was in the kitchen for a long time, but I frequently went to the dining hall to deliver my dishes.
The only person who wasn't at the party...
No, I'm pretty sure Sonia said something about... Where the fuck are the photos? Whatever. Oh.
Judging from the photo I took before the blackout...
I wanna fucking die. Oh.
Obviously has to be him.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Yay! It's decided!
Huh.
What the fuck are you saying? I'm not the killer!
No, he's not.
Oh, really? What happened to the tough guy who was saying stuff like, I can do it?
Because then he doesn't know the layout of the fucking dining hall.
Fucking kill you!
You'd have to know the layout.
Making threats again.
But how would any of these people know that he was gonna go underneath the table?
Yep, that's right. Things are starting to get exciting.
Good news, you are now allowed to use the silencer. Well, thank you. I already know how this works. Chihaki's account's probably the important one, right?
During the party, the killer was lurking under the floor like a cockroach.
And they could have stared at panties all day.
Can I shoot him?
To the storage room in the dark.
Is that true, Fuyuhiko?
Don't act like I'm the fucking killer!
But when the party started, nobody saw you, you know? That means you have no alibi.
No, that's wrong.
No, Fuyuhiko definitely has an alibi. Isn't that right, Chiaki?
I would say the most annoying fucking person to watch play this game.
Oh, you're right.
What happened, Fuyuhiko? Oh, hey. What are you doing here? All alone in a place like this? Yeah, I'm standing guard so Monokuma doesn't come inside. How diligent of you.
I saw Fuyuhiko after the party started. There's no way he could have been waiting under the floor before then.
You should have said that earlier, dumbass.
It's still your fault. Like, why were you even lurking around the old building in the
Was
first place?
he wanted to hang out, but he's never going to admit this.
Shut up!
Maybe there really is a secret passage to go under the floorboards from outside, and he came to spy.
What'd you say, motherfucker?
Oh no!
Wow, he got chewed out, but he looks super happy.
Regardless, it's impossible to go under the floorboards from outside. Chiaki and I already confirmed that.
Then someone definitely went under the floorboards through the storage room during the party.
During the party. It was probably during the blackout.
Well, if someone disappeared during the blackout, no one would have noticed.
But walking down that dark hallway to the storage room is like trying to make Eggs Benedict without any eggs.
You're right. I couldn't even see the office in that darkness, and that room was much closer.
Is it really impossible? It might be better if we examine that possibility a little bit more.
It was super dark, you know? There's no way you'd be able to find your way to the storage room.
I can't stop thinking about it. I feel like there's something I overlooked. For clarity's sake, once again.
We're getting close to the final stage. The blackened or the spotless? Which is superior? I think it's time to settle this.
Try to prevent opening your mouth unless it's for something constructive, okay, Nagito? Alright.
The hallway was really dark during the blackout. Moving to the storage room like that is like making a seafood bowl without fish.
Is it really not possible?
What if they used a string like the cord?
Maybe there was another pair of night vision goggles?
What a pain. I'm gonna go with my gut. What if they used a light?
It definitely sounds impossible.
The kills with moving in the dark might be one. Maybe that might be what that one person suggested. If so, I might be able to prove it.
The hallway was really dark during the blackout.
Did they mention anything on the kitchen equipment list?
Moving to the storage room like that. It's like making a seafood bowl without fish.
Oh, there was a flashlight in the case.
Is it really not possible?
What if they used a string?
Maybe there was another pair for the pain. I'm gonna.
What if they used a light?
I fucking hate. I hate my life.
Crap! The hallway was really dark. Moving to the storage room. It's like making a seafood bowl.
Is it really not?
What if they used a string?
Maybe there was another pair
For the pain, I'm gonna go with my gut. What if they used a light?
Crap!
Okay.
The hallway was really.
Was it not the case?
Moving to the storage room like that. It's like making a seafood bowl without fish.
Is it really?
Or is
not
it just the
possible?
fucking... Is it Mr. Bulge? No? Okay. It's a light?
Crap! The hallway was
Then
really
it's
dark during the blackout.
probably
Moving to the
this
storage room. It's
one.
like making a seafood.
Is it really not?
What if they used a string?
Maybe there was another pair
For the pain, I'm gonna go with my gut. What if they used a light?
I don't remember that. First off,
You know, the killer had.
what about anything mentioned here could be used as a light? I don't see anything that people mentioned that's using a light. Apparently there's an iron plate for barbecue and a portable stove for cooking hot pots. No, I don't see anything about a light. I don't think portable stoves are easy to carry around. You know, you do realize that people need to see these things to understand what the fuck they're talking about, right? It's for hot pots, so they're not small.
Oh, I was right? But where could they have found a light?
There was one nearby for sure. See? It's written on the kitchen's equipment list.
Portable stuff for cooking hot pots, iron plates, portable stoves. I do recall seeing them on the shelf over there. Kitchen seems to be well kept. Should be no problems using it.
It's the portable stove.
Yeah, it would only just make more sense when you introduce the fucking evidence.
Portable stove?
The portable stove isn't powered by electricity, and it's also small enough to carry around.
What, so like a little fucking chef?
So, the killer used the portable stove to move from the hallway to the storage room during the blackout.
I see. I never considered the portable stove. But there's a hole in your argument.
A hole? What kind of hole? Oh, I wasn't making.
Repeating yourself just makes it even more suspicious.
Now then, Hajime, will you battle against me?
I don't really want to.
No, that's wrong.
Sorry, that was really bad.
Will you be able to break through my argument?
What does he mean battle? It sounds like he's enjoying a game or something. There's no way I'm going to lose against someone like him. No, that's wrong. Why did there's so many of these off the fucking bat? I don't know.
Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier? He said the hall was too dark to see the office.
This is so fucking bad.
The stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony? I don't doubt what Kazuichi said. What are you trying to say? The reason Kazuichi couldn't see the office was because the hallway was dark. So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway,
Well,
wouldn't
sorry.
Kazuichi have seen it?
Oh, well.
Crap! The reason Kazuichi couldn't see it was because the hallway was dark. So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway, wouldn't Kazuichi have seen it? After all, he was walking near the hallway, right? The reason Kazuichi couldn't see it was because the hallway was dark. So if a light was shining in
Yeah,
such
I
a
know.
dark hallway, wouldn't
I know.
Kazuichi
I'll
have
change
seen
it. I'll change it. I
After all,
know.
he was walking
Leave me
near the hallway,
alone. I
right?
know. Shut up. I know the reason. Leave me alone. Fuck off. I don't want to hear it.
The reason
I'm upset.
Kazuichi couldn't see the office was because the hallway was dark. Right? So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway,
Alright, well, that's fine.
crap! The reason Kazuichi couldn't was because the hallway was dark. So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway, wouldn't Kazuichi have seen it? Allow me to cut through those words.
Nagito, did you forget? Or are you
Sir,
just
if you would allow me,
pretending you forgot?
I will now slice through your words.
What are you talking about?
There should have been a wall that blocked light. I'm talking about the fire door in the hallway.
I don't think people realize how little time the lights were off.
If you close it, it would form a perfect wall in the hallway.
It was off for like 30 seconds max.
Plus, the hallway rounds a corner just beyond the fire door. So even if there was a small gap in the door, as long as they passed the corner, the light still wouldn't peek out.
I see. To actually notice the fire door. Just as expected of the ultimate. Oh. You still don't remember your talent, do you?
Who cares about that right now?
Nagito.
I'm the ultimate sexy beast, obviously.
You sound so scary. If you're that angry, why don't you take a deep breath?
Is this character gonna be our rival? Is that his role in this fucking story?
You sure like to piss us off. How about I shut your fucking mouth for you?
Hey, it's okay if you guys fight, but I won't allow a burly brawl that might offend people. More importantly, can you hurry up and decide who's the blackened already?
Fine, I get it. You're telling me to pass the torch, right?
Pass the torch?
We're going to ask the real killer, not an imposter like me, to show themselves.
Oh my god, I'm fucking lost.
You're obviously the killer, right?
If you think I am, I really don't mind. Whatever conclusion you ultimates arrive at, I will accept it, no matter what it is.
So you're telling me to call out the real killer? Even though I don't want to condemn that person, but there's no other way, right? Person who used the hallway's fire door was as cover and used the portable stove to move in the dark, and snuck around under the floorboards to stab Byakuya to death using the glowing paint as a mark. The only killer I can think of is you and only you.
You're the only one!
Teru. Could it be you?
Huh? What? What are you talking about?
Teru's the killer? Is that true?
But how did he...
What are you talking about? There's no way! Of course, that's simply my assumption. So if you have an objection, please speak freely. Objection or not, why am I being treated like the killer? Because the portable stove used in the murder came from the kitchen.
That's it?
That's the only reason you're treating me like a killer? You're cruel. Cruel. Too cruel.
Teru. That attitude is so not like you. For the ultimate cook to get so upset.
Have you ever met a fucking cook? It's abnormal if they are happy.
Call me chef.
If you fall to aspersions like this, who will be there to support the future of the culinary arts?
The future of the culinary arts?
That's right. For the future of the culinary arts, you must face this and fight it fair and square.
You're right. Yeah, that's totally right.
So, what's an aspersion anyway? Is it?
Did you know asbestos is yummy too? You should try some later.
This fucking girl.
Nagito, why are you interfering?
Let's assume that the killer used a light, and that they used the fire door to mask that light.
Are you finally gonna bring up how he would know that anyone would go underneath the table during the fucking blackout?
And that they moved to the storage room and snuck under the floorboards. It's dark under the floorboards too. So how would they be able to stab Byakuya?
Probably the light.
You're not gonna say they shined the light on Byakuya, right? The plan would have been ruined if he noticed.
Don't worry about the detail for now. Hey.
That's right. What do you think about that?
I think the problem is that the way that the game makes you think is not how I normally think. I take everything in consideration at once, as opposed to one thing at a time.
There's no way you can answer, right? You personally haven't investigated what's beneath the floorboards.
If that's the case, then Gundam should know. He actually went under the floorboards.
No. Unfortunately, there was nothing related to the incident under the floorboards.
Dude, we probably have so much longer to go.
The only thing I found was a strange liquid shining in the darkness, near where Byakuya's blood was dripping.
What? A shining liquid in the dark?
That sounds super important!
If there was a shining mark like that, they would have been able to move to it in the dark, right?
And in doing so, it might have been possible for them to use that mark to target the victim.
What's up with like the mouth open faces all the girls have? The victim was target was marked. Okay, or was the what was the mark? Thank you. The victim was targeted by a mark. What was the mark?
Crap! I can prove it with this. The mark you're talking about is the glowing paint that was applied to the knife, right?
Didn't Nagito do that?
Ah, by using the glowing paint as a target, they were able to judge where to stab even in the dark.
I see. The killer didn't target an actual person. They just struck the moment the glowing paint moved.
That would be the moment someone grabbed a hold of the knife.
But how did he know about the knife?
So, the killer used the mark that I prepared for finding the knife as a mark for stabbing. I see. That's why Byakuya got killed when he took the knife.
Hey.
But if they were able to do that, wouldn't that mean the killer knew about
Yeah.
Nagito's plan all along?
Thank you. You're getting mighty close to best girl, my friend.
Well, Teru!
Seriously? I don't know anything. Really? I don't know anything at all.
Then can I ask everyone a question instead?
You again? Just stop already!
Now. We should give everyone a fair opportunity to speak.
If Teru is the killer, that would mean he went to the storage room during the blackout. And just what did Ibuki hear during the blackout?
Ah! Don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on! I can't eat like this, you know!
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
She heard Teru's voice in the dining hall?
Doesn't that prove Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout?
No, voice can carry through a gap in the floor.
That's right! That's exactly it!
But Teru was in the kitchen the moment the blackout occurred, right? So, why was he in the dining hall?
I thought the blackout was only in the kitchen, so I panicked and ran out of there. Of course, the hallway was dark too, but somehow I managed to move along the wall toward everyone's voices.
Why is everyone acting like this is some like complex building? Walking through that building once, I could easily like if I walked through that building one time and then I walked out and they said, "Okay, there is now a blackout in that room. Go to this room." I could do it easy without any light, rather quickly.
From the kitchen to the dining hall.
That sounds fishy.
If I remember correctly, you can tell when a person is lying by... So, if you want...
No way! You look greasy. But I heard Teru's voice in the dining hall! Ibuki swears on her honor!
That's right. Teru was in the
That's
dining hall,
right.
not the storage room, which means he's not the killer.
No, that's not it. Why? Why do you want to keep falsely accusing me? It's not like I want to blame you. I just...
You should be so proud of yourself, Hajime. You're just progressing toward the hope you believe in.
Fucking weirdo.
Now, Hajime, show me more of your hope. Will that be enough to crush Teru's hope?
I wonder what his favorite Star Wars movie is.
Let me ask you again. Did you go to the storage room during the blackout?
There's no way I went to the storage room. I was somewhere totally different.
A New Hope.
I definitely heard Teru's voice.
Yes.
It's handsome, unlike his face.
Ooh.
Maybe it was recording or something?
What?
Nope, definitely a live voice.
All right.
Right, as long as I have her testimony. The fact that I was in the dining hall cannot be disputed.
Eat my dick.
I'll shoot through that contradiction.
His fucking puns, I love it.
Just because we heard Teru's voice in the dining hall doesn't mean he was literally in the dining hall. Huh? Why? Remember the floor in the dining hall? It was full of gaps, right? So even if you shouted from under the floor...
Allow me to cut through those words.
Like the voices in the dining hall. But...
Johnny Young Bosch, it's him, right? The main character in this game.
I see. So he brazenly shouted from under the floor to make us think he was in the dining hall. Is that true, Teru?
He's been in everything I've liked so far.
Hold on a second.
Can you explain this, Teru?
I told you to wait a second, ain't I? What are y'all even saying anymore? I'm telling you, I was in that there dining hall during the blackout.
Hey, my southern accent was not out of place. During the blackout.
Where are you from again?
I was born in West Asafu and raised in South Aoyama.
Oh yeah.
You guys, this guy's a major
Celeste did it better.
Well, I believe so. There's no way he could have gone back and forth in that dark hallway.
Huh? Was Teru Teru actually there during that time?
I sure was. I was there the whole damn time.
Something like this shouldn't be decided by gut instinct.
It's supposed to be like a country Japanese accent though, so I don't know if it's like.
Damn right. You guys should have been deciding this on the spot with your hazy memories.
His accent is getting even worse. He's definitely lying.
However, I am not sure. I believe that he was there, and I believe that he was not there.
No. Is there any way we can decide?
Why don't we consult his memories?
His memories? Yeah.
Don't be saying things like that. Don't make no sense. Can you even prove I wasn't in the data hall?
This is like what this is like a European trying to do an American accent.
Probably can.
Oh, you again.
Whether or not Teru Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout, in order to know for sure, I need to throw that question at him. No, I don't want to do it.
I can prove it with this.
Oh my god.
Claiming that you were in the dining hall when the power came back.
My fucking god. This is the smoking gun? Are you fucking serious?
Then you should know how Mikan was positioned at the time, right?
Well, what? Don't make me remember. It's so embarrassing.
No, this is a very important
No.
question. Well, Teru Teru, if you were really in the dining hall at that time, you should know the answer to that.
Anyone. The person who will remember it till the day they die is Teru Teru. Guys.
Pretty clever way of tripping. There's no way you'd forget about it so easily.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I showed you something so unsightly. How about it?
And you, yeah.
Can't answer, Teru Teru?
That's weird. Just slipped from my mind.
There's no way it would slip from your mind, especially not a pervert like you.
Even so. Nagito, say something!
Bail me out, man.
I guess you might have to give up now.
Wait, give up? What do you mean, give up?
Teru Teru. I'm disappointed too, you know. It's lonely watching someone I admire reach the limits of their hope. It kind of feels like a broken dream.
Nagito, what are you doing? Why are you messing with the killer like that?
Hold on a sec. Don't go moving this along on your own like I really am the killer.
Huh? But it's already decided, right?
The murder weapon hasn't been cleared up yet, Chef?
It's no use. I can't understand him anymore. It appears he's saying the murder weapon hasn't been cleared up yet. You understand him? But it's such a sad defense. This is too cruel.
I know what the murder weapon is.
Oh, you calling me the killer, then where's the weapon?
Come on, Manumi! Enough with the whimpering and translate!
He said, if you're calling me the killer, then where's the weapon?
The skewer. The one missing skewer that he said he didn't see when he was in the fucking... He's lying.
Weapon, huh? It's not the knife, right?
Because there was one missing skewer on the equipment list.
Judging from Byakuya's wounds, it was a thin-edged tool that's roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
Up his ass.
Also, if they stabbed from under the floorboards, the weapon would need
Just
to
throw
be
it underneath the
50
floorboard.
centimeters in
We never looked there.
After all this, who cares about the weapon? Not good enough! Not good enough at all!
He said, not good enough. Not good enough at all.
Fine, I got it. Let's try thinking about what the weapon was.
Wanna do it? Wanna do it?
God.
He said, try to do it.
That's impressive. I didn't get that one.
What a confusing accent.
It's the first one I didn't understand. Anyway, we need to focus and think about this. A thin edge tool with a diameter about 50 millimeters. Wait, with at least 50 centimeters in length. Open that what? Guys, you said 5 millimeters. Okay. What's that? No, the length was 50 centimeters, but they said that the diameter is 50. Oh, was it iron skewer? Right? Is that what it was? Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Oops, I meant to press the other button. Is this how most people do it? Fuck. Takes way too fucking long.
That's it. The weapon must be the iron skewer.
Huh? The iron skewer?
Before the party, as Byakuya was confiscating all the dangerous items, he spoke to Tero.
I checked the equipment list and there seems to be some iron skewer missing. Cause like, you'll be on there and you'll be like, okay, I need a W and I need an E and an R. And then it's like, nothing's showing up that's either of them for like a minute. Oh, that's right. As far as I know, that's been missing from the start.
So that missing iron skewer is the weapon?
An iron skewer would match up with the wounds perfectly.
Hey, Teru, where'd you hide the iron skewer?
Avril Lavigne!
Avril Lavigne? Huh? Did he really just say that?
He's just saying random shit to fuck with us. You probably dumped it somewhere on the island, didn't you?
This school trip has a no littering rule. If he had violated it, the island sirens would be ringing non-stop.
Island sirens? Just for littering?
Also, I was on guard duty, and I never once saw Teru Teru leave the old building.
Which means he obviously hid it somewhere in the old building.
It's probably the kitchen again, right?
Teru Teru, just man up and be straight with us.
Hi, kitty.
Oh. 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 Whoa!
Finally, we were nearing the end. A cornered opponent will be surrounded by soul shields and simply will not listen to what you have to say. It will probably pain you to condemn your classmate, but this is a class trial after all. You must argue against your opponent and destroy their soul. A high-speed dispute battle where you beat down a panicked opponent's excuses and nonsense. That's the bullet time, but sorry, the panic talk action. PTA. We'll shorten it to PTA. Is that why you were fucking typing PTA during the rhythm game? During PTA, you must destroy all of your opponent's soul shields so you can deliver your final strike. In order to do that, you must destroy your opponent. Yeah, they were like PTA. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? Was it called PTA in the first game? In order to do that, you must destroy your opponent's remarks while following the tempo of the song. Time your button presses with the tempo marker as it moves across the screen. Match the tempo marker by pressing the left mouse button, and you will be able to lock on to your opponent's remark. If you keep pressing it, you'll be able to lock on to multiple remarks at the same time. Afterward, you will release the left mouse button in time with the tempo marker. It will intercept the locked on marker and destroy it. By destroying a mark, you'll damage soul shields. Okay, during PTA, you can press the escape key of your controls. Left mouse button is what you do the features. You can consecutively to start a combo. Keep this going until you get shit tempo up. On the flip side, you're missing. You use the tempo down.
He said, oh, what the hell are you even saying, you stupid country hit?
I guess we have no choice but to somehow find out for ourselves.
If the iron skewer is the weapon, then hiding it in the kitchen would be the easiest way to slip it by. But Byaku and I checked the kitchen pretty thoroughly before the party started, which means was the weapon already hidden? Which means was the weapon already hidden somewhere we could find it? How about just was the weapon already hidden somewhere we couldn't find it? Okay. Could it have been in an unexpected place? Where would that be? Where did we hide it along weapon, like an iron skewer? Think carefully.
He said, I'm not hiding anything.
I'm hiding anything! I'm not hiding anything!
I must reveal to Teru Teru the conclusive evidence that proves he's the killer.
Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton! Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know! Paris Hilton! Unforgivable! Shut up! Where would the weapon be?
That was weird.
I don't know. Paris Hilton!
My fingers are too cold.
Unforgivable! I don't know.
This interface also makes it harder to see.
Weapon be?
That's fun. That's cool. Did I do it right? Did I do it wrong? on the meat bone, right? Meat on the bone? Okay. Meat on the bone. There we go. Sorry. On the meat bone.
Could the iron skewer have been hidden inside the piece of meat on the bone?
What are you saying? There's no way I'd hide anything.
It's his fucking accent that's messing me up, okay? On the meat bone.
That's clearly impossible. I mean, that's inside the food.
Impossible. That's what Byakuya and I thought. That's why we overlooked it.
It seems there are no dangerous items. That skewer in the with that skewer in the church earlier inside the pile of food. That appears to be the case. Bone on the meat. Meat on bone. Bone meat on the on. Dude, I wouldn't have known what to do if he said fish bones or meat bones were also dangerous items.
But in fact, the only place you could hide the weapon was inside the food that couldn't be inspected. Out of all the dishes you prepare, the only one that could hide a weapon as long as an iron skewer is the meat on the bone.
What now?
I'm using my right to remain silent.
There's no way that exists here. We need to confirm this now. So if we eat that tasty-looking piece of meat and find the iron skewer inside, balls up.
All right. Monokuma or Monami, one of you hurry and bring over that piece of meat.
1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. I'll eat the whole thing.
Is the explanation as to how Teru knew that Byakuya was going to take cover underneath the table ever explained?
Wait, now hold on a second. Time out, time out.
What are you doing? Hurry up and bring it over.
About that.
It will be, and also how he knew about Nagito's plan, right? They'll explain that.
Huh? Where did Monokuma go?
I'm right here.
Good. I can't wait to hear what it is.
I'm already eating it.
A bear that eats meat!
I know, impossible.
Wait, now that I think about it, that's pretty normal.
My fucking hands are frozen. I don't know why.
So yummy!
Damn it! That's my meat!
I've never eaten anything like it in my entire life! The taste brings me back to my days in the wild.
This is bad. Seriously, this is really bad.
My! There's something inside the meat! Look what came out!
Isn't that...
Is that an iron skewer?
Check it out.
Good night. All right.
It's made of bone.
Have a good one.
Pretty clever.
The sword of destruction, encased in bone and sheathed in meat. It brought catastrophe unto Byakuya.
As expected of Teru. Such a fantastic... You're wrong. I'm not the killer. I'm not the kind of person who would kill someone. I got it. You all set me up. You guys set me up so you could blame this on me. Jeez, what a disappointment. Such an unseemly defense for an ultimate like you. Can you really call that hope?
Hey, Nagito. I'm sorry, but can you just be quiet?
All right, guys. I don't think I can change my mind on who's best girl at this point. I don't think there's much of an argument after this fucking statement. This is the best fucking thing. She's all right. We're set. All right.
Lisa, you're all nothing but a bunch of poor, loudmouth, fast food eating hicks.
You don't need to translate anymore. Somehow I can tell what he's trying to say.
Let's just deal with Nagito later. More importantly, we should first.
We need to settle this once and for all. to end and make everything clear.
Over the entire incident, and then I can prove Teru's crime. That's right. If we don't do that, we can't end this no matter how much time passes.
So, we need to do it.
Is it comic book time? My throb is chesting. Are they not going to correct themselves? I thought that was a joke. My throb is chesting. What? How many fucking typos are in this game? Every case has one last feature to bring to the class trial to the end. It's the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the order of events in the case in the form of a comic book. This reproduction is merely Hajime's imagination, so there will be gaps here and there. That's just a narrator joke? Okay. Gaps are areas where a number of pieces are missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the truth panels provided. Around 3 to 5 truth panels make up one set. Inside one set, there will be correct panels placed among incorrect panels. If you use up all the correct panels contained in one set, it will switch to the no set. After that, if you fill all the holes, you will clear the challenge. I'm pretty sure some of you have already noticed, but it'll be difficult to complete with so many gaps, but once you fill in some in, it'll become much simpler. For those of you who played the previous game, you might hesitate first, but it's basically the same concept. Now then, when playing and solving the closing argument, there is a certain trick. If you move the reticle into the gaps on each page, you'll be able to get hints. This type of hint is what's kind of seen from the draw. Also, if you move the reticle on the truth panel, it will display a hint as well. This hint explains the scene contained in the panel. Put together these hints and think carefully. Of course, don't forget that there will be a time limit. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh. I'm almost dead. Is this the power going off? Is this supposed to be Oh yeah, it is. It's not very clear. I'm gonna die. None of these fit. They should really, if this is his vision, they should really do what they did with here, where they did the fucking night vision. Makes no fucking sense. But whatever. What the party is. Killer obtained a light. What did the killer obtain at the storage room? It's none of those. Was found under the table, neither of those. These, neither of these. Other killer obtained at the storage room. So this is the knife underneath the table. This is the sheet. This is the stove. And this is that everyone was eating. So she's guarding the old building's entrance. But that's not what the hint is giving. Whatever. I've stopped questioning these fucking games.
Here's everything that happened in this case. Let's try going over the whole incident, beginning with right after the party started. Byakuya had us
What was everyone at the party doing? And it's the answer is Chiaki was guarding. That's what everyone was doing apparently. Everyone was doing Chiaki who was guarding apparently.
He was extra cautious about a murder occurring that night because of a threatening letter he received. Therefore, he decided to throw a party so he could monitor us.
The hint for this next box was, what was everyone doing? The next box about to pop up, the hint was, what was everyone doing? And apparently everyone was doing Chiaki guarding the front door.
Though one person didn't come, the rest of us assembled at the dining hall, and the party was underway. But at that time, the trap set by a certain someone was already in motion. They plugged 3 irons into the outlets in the storage room, which nearly capped the power usage. Additionally, they prepared something else that would activate at 11:30 p.m. the air conditioners in the office and dining hall. They had already set the timers for these. Thanks to the irons maxing out the power usage, the breaker was tripped when the air conditioners kicked on.
Did they test this ahead of time to make sure it would work? Can we presume that?
Since the windows in the old building were covered, the blackout plunged the dining hall into total darkness.
I know.
But when that happened, Byakuya took out a specific item that he brought in his case. That item was the night vision goggles. Byakuya was so concerned about a murder occurring that he brought a variety of security equipment with him. When he put on his night vision goggles, Byakuya witnessed a certain someone making a suspicious move. He saw Nagito guiding himself with the desk lamp's power cord so he could get under the table. That's right, everything up to that point was all part of Nagito's plan. The murder warning to Byakuya, the source of the blackout, it was all Nagito. While the blackout was happening, someone else, the real killer, began making their move in the kitchen. The killer probably already knew about Nagito's plan, so they knew a blackout was coming.
How?
That's why the killer prepared all the items they would need to commit.
It's a nice song. A lot of music in this is really good.
They needed a light source, which was provided by the portable stove in the kitchen. They needed a weapon too. This had also been hidden in the kitchen beforehand. The long iron skewer used in the churrasco dish. The killer hid that inside that meat with the bone in it. With the weapon and portable stove in hand, the killer stepped out into the hallway.
Or the meat on the bone, as I referred to it.
First, they closed the fire door in the hallway so their light source wouldn't peek toward the dining hall. Then, guided by the light, the killer headed toward the storage room and grabbed a specific item.
Did they take away everyone's phones?
That's right, a tablecloth to block the blood splatter.
How much light can an e-handbook, like, illuminate our area?
With this, the killer finished their preparations and snuck under the floorboards through the secret passage.
Okay. How much light do the e-handbooks? Yeah, like, could you have used that as a light?
They probably turned off the portable cooking stove at that point, or left it near the entrance of the door. The floor in the dining hall
It's a
is full
Kindle.
of gaps, so there's no way they could have safely held a light source.
My Kindle lights up. It's I have a color Kindle.
But thanks to the glowing mark they painted earlier, the killer was able to get beneath the table.
Right, because... sure.
Under the table, Byakuya found the knife that had been hidden there. If only he had retreated, he probably wouldn't have gotten killed, but he had to retrieve that knife.
Why did he take off his night vision?
The killer lurking beneath the floorboard stabbed straight up with the iron skewer.
There's no way this wouldn't have made a noise.
The killer had been waiting in the dark for the moment when the glowing paint began to move. After they murdered Byakuya, the killer purposefully shouted from beneath the floorboards to make it seem like they were still in the dining hall. Afterward, they came out from underneath the floorboards and rushed back to the kitchen. And then, after hiding the murder weapon in the kitchen, they rejoined the group as if nothing had happened. There's only one person who would have been able to commit this crime, especially if that person is someone who'd think of an unexpected way to hide a weapon inside food. Isn't that right, Teru Hanamura? That's what happened.
I think he was trying to give himself an alibi for the murder.
This is a mistake.
I don't think he was. He just didn't count on the nurse fucking
I would never kill anyone.
gracing us with that image.
Would
It fucking sucks. Byakuya. The man. The G. The legend. Killed by this fucking thing.
It seems this is the end.
Oof. Ooh.
It looks like your argument has come to a close. Oops! I lost control of my wild side for a second. Was that a side effect of the meat I just ate? Well, putting that aside, let's move along to the nerve-wracking voting time! Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote! Oh, just a reminder, make triple sure you vote for someone. If you don't vote, I'm gonna eat you up just like that meat from earlier!
Oh.
Why did this happen?
Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Such heart-pounding excitement!
Well, at least he's gone. We got rid of the worst character right off the bat, so that's nice.
Correct!
Yahoo!
That's right. This time, the Blackened responsible for killing Byakuya Togami is Teru Hanamura.
You...
I hope this guy gets fucking shoved into a Chef Boyardee can. Of all these people, are you saying a ponce like him is the one who killed? That's what I was saying. But why? Why did you kill him? It was a mistake. I'm telling you, it's just a mistake. I was only trying to save you guys. I was only trying to stop Nagito from murdering one of you. Huh? Trying to stop? What do you mean? I spent all morning in the old building preparing dishes for the party, and then I heard a weird laughter near the dining hall. And when I peeked over there, I saw him. I saw Nagito in the middle of cleaning duty putting the knife under the table. I had a bad feeling about it, so I continued to watch what he was doing. And I saw him place the irons he bought in the storage room and mess with the air conditioner timers. Plus, he was grinning by himself the whole time. So I questioned him. What happened?
You caught me? What? Hey!
What are you doing? What are you scheming? I'm planning to kill someone, of course. Karatsu, just to let you know, it's pointless of you to stop me. If you try to stop me now, it doesn't matter. I'll never give up. Whether it's tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, the day beyond that, I will definitely start the killing.
Impossible!
No matter how much you want to leave this island, that's just... I see. So that's what you think.
Well...
But that's not it at all. This isn't about my survival. I just want the killing to start.
What?
What are you saying? I love everyone here. That's why I want to be of good use to them. I love all of the ultimates, and I admire them for being symbols of hope.
Amazing!
That's right. In the name of hope, I love everyone's talents from the bottom of my heart. That's why I don't want them to lose against something like killing. I want them to prove to me that hope will never lose, no matter how daunting the despair they face may seem. I want everyone to prove to me that hope will never lose to despair.
No.
What are you saying? I don't understand at all.
See?
See, isn't it typical that if you face a strong enemy, you'll become even stronger yourself? Which means the stronger the despair you face, the stronger everyone's hope will become, right? I want to see that brightness, and in order to see it, I'm going to become everybody's stepping stone. So, oh my god. I want to make your hope shine. It's as simple as that. That's right, I yearn for a powerful hope that can overcome any kind of despair. Are you kidding? Don't tell me you're actually serious.
Man.
So if you don't understand, so you don't understand, that's fine. I don't really mind. I'm just an obsessed fanboy, so it's all right. That this love of mine is unrequited. I suppose I could be called the ultimate fanatic.
No way.
There's something wrong with you. Really? Do you really think so? Do you really think there's something wrong with me? But isn't that what love is? You know, I think my insurgent theory, I don't think it holds any more water. Nagito, what is the meaning of this? Explain to me. I don't understand anything about this story at all.
See?
You see, if you have a favorite boxer, don't you want him to fight against a strong opponent and win?
Don't fuck with me.
You better not compare us to that.
What?
Am I wrong? It's a given that trials are necessary to become strong, and the harsher the trial, the stronger you become, no? For mere humans, killings are simply a tragedy, but for worthy humans, a trial such as this can elevate their status to an even higher level.
Amazing.
It's amazing to me that someone as untalented as myself can become that trial. There's no point in someone like me surviving. It's far more significant for me to die as everyone's trial.
Great.
There's no greater honor than becoming the foundation so that your values may ascend to brave new heights.
What's going on?
Stop it, you're serious. You're seriously starting to piss me off.
What's going on?
I don't understand at all. Are you saying you basically wanted to commit murder for fun? It's not the same as killing someone for fun, but I guess it looked the same in your eyes. I have no intention of surviving and leaving you all to die. Is that why you didn't mind when Taro discovered your plan?
That's wrong.
Or perhaps that was intentional too?
So,
Nagito wanted to involve us in the killing, plus it'd be better for him if the mystery was more complex. Is that why you blatantly revealed your plan to Teru? You expected to pique Teru's curiosity, and you looked forward to the mystery becoming more complex. Well, you're basically right. It's true I was looking forward to that. That's why I took the time to tell him about the secret passage I found while I was cleaning.
What?
That was your doing as well?
You're right.
I just casually mentioned it. Oh, it's dangerous if you fall, so don't get too close to it. This dude, he's seriously batshit crazy. He's insane. That's right, that's why I tried to stop him, you know.
however,
But why? Why did you kill Byakuya instead? I don't know. Because Nagito was the one who was supposed to take that knife. That's why I aimed and thrusted the iron skewer there. But why is Byakuya the one who died? It was supposed to be Nagito, not him. Byakuya probably tried to stop Nagito from grabbing the knife. And then, in place of Nagito...
nope,
Nope, I don't think that's it. Huh?
perhaps.
Byakuya was probably trying to protect Nagito. What did you say?
See?
Because Byakuya said so, didn't he? Don't worry, as long as I'm the leader, I won't let anyone become a victim.
I will guide you all.
That much is, I promise. Could it be, in order to keep that promise, as long as he was wearing the night vision goggles, I'm sure he saw someone moving underneath the floorboards. And that someone was aiming for Nagito.
Why?
So Byakuya gave his life to protect Nagito even though he was trying to take the knife. I see. Byakuya is amazing. To keep his promise to protect everyone, he actually threw his own life away. And yet, I never expected an ending like this. Such despair. What? But we shouldn't let him die in vain. I'm sure everyone will become even stronger by overcoming this despair.
No way.
Could it be you knew Byakuya would protect you, so you set him up to fail? How many fucking layers are we gonna pull back? Oh my god.
Someone like me.
Of course not. I'm not okay. I'm not that good at calculating. I just took some precautionary measures. The results that were Going to be my fun for later. Just kidding. But I never expected it would turn out like this. I never thought I'd be the one to survive. But since it was my life that had been saved, I didn't want to just waste it. So that's why I decided to help Teru Teru. But why? Well, because Teru Teru decided to commit his crime because he also had strong hope, right? Which means his actions are motivated by hope. If he was willing to go that far, I thought he might surely be the person whose existence I was waiting for. I thought he might be the hope that could defeat any type of despair. In order for me to confirm it, I decided to help Teru Teru. What do you mean, confirm? Just stop it already. Plus, I couldn't really help myself when I also empathized with Teru Teru. After all, he wanted to kill me, but he ended up killing Byakuya instead, you know? If I left him in that confused state, this trial might have been ruined, right?
Isn't that right?
But in order for our hope to grow, this trial was absolutely necessary. That's why I decided to help him. I told him, I don't care if I die, so you should just focus on escaping this island.
Right?
Those were my exact words to him before the investigation. Isn't that right, Teru Teru?
Man.
In the end, my help just wasn't enough, and this turned out to be a bad ending for Teru Teru. But you should be proud of yourself. You will not die in vain.
Great.
You'll become a splendid sacrifice for everyone else so their hopes can grow even more powerful. This is fucking insane.
Impossible.
Sacrifice? Seriously? Stop it already. I'm going to go crazy just listening to you.
Hey.
Hey, is this really okay for us just to leave this crazy bastard alone like this? Isn't it better if we just fucking kill him off? Kill, he said? High school students are so violent these days. But the person who's gonna get killed now isn't Nagito, it's Teru Teru. I was always wondering, like, when I was playing the first game, what it would be like if someone who attempted a murder but failed would stick around. Now,
What's the matter?
you didn't forget, right? Because I told you already at the beginning, right? The blackened killer loses, a fun punishment awaits them.
Wait.
Oh, hold on.
No.
That was, how should I put it, an accident, an act of self-defense, not intentional. Anyway, I feel it's possible it's not my fault. It doesn't matter if it's an accident, self-defense, or intentional, a murder is still a murder. If you kill someone, that's murder. But isn't there anything like sympathy judgments, extenuating circumstances, or maybe even probation?
Impossible!
I don't accept any of those claims. That's not...
Hey.
Save me, guys. I was only trying to stop Nagito, so...
Why
Be honest, after learning about Nagito's plan, you saw an opportunity, right? You probably thought nobody would find out if you killed him after messing up his plan, right? That's what you thought, right? You're wrong. There's no way a person who has no malice would kill someone like that. Huh? In truth, you were just desperate to kill Nagito and willing to sacrifice everyone else to survive, right? Just be honest already, at least in the end.
No.
That is...
Yes. Yes, it did. Teru.
Why?
If only you didn't kill Nagito, Byakuya would still be alive.
Answer me.
Why did you try to commit murder? Answer me, Teru. Yeah, you could've just fucking told us. I just wanted to go home.
I needed to go back home no matter what.
Because she's waiting for me. Mama is waiting for me at home. I don't think it said anything. For the day I graduate Hotspeak Academy and come home.
Okay, I'm going now. When I come back, I think we should talk again about opening an Aoyama and Azabu location.
Oh my, you're still talking about that?
Oh, I'm serious. The Academy guarantees success for its graduates, right? So, I know...
Oh yeah, probably anyone who was close enough.
But wait for me until then, okay?
Yes, you're right.
Then I'll just have to do my best to keep the Hanamura Diner from going out of business until then.
Mom, you don't have to work so hard. What if you collapse again while I'm gone?
I'll be fine. Moms are strong. I won't lose to some illness.
I know that already.
I mean, if that was the case, there would be blood all over him.
I know that already.
Again, he probably wanted to be caught, right? That's what he was saying. I promised her I'd become a full-fledged cook and save the Hanamura Diner. Mama is waiting for me to keep that promise. Even though she's sick and alone, she's still waiting for me.
That's why I need to go home.
But if we're told our memories were stolen and that several years have passed since our first day, then what happened to the Hanamura Diner? What happened to my mom, who's still waiting for me? So you did believe what Monokuma said.
Damn it!
You were saying all along, it's okay, I'll never believe something like this. So why? I still don't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. It has to be a lie.
That's why I wanted to go home.
I wanted to go home and confirm it. I wanted to make sure it was all just a lie. I want to make sure that I still have a place to call home. Tera, you... I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's not that Tera didn't believe it. He believed it more than anyone else here. That's why he kept denying it, because he believed it. He needed to deny it. Damn, if only I knew how he felt, something like this never would have happened. Wanted to confirm by any means necessary. I had to do something. That's when I heard Nagito's plan. I found out he was going to kill someone if I left him alone. That's why... So you wanted the first kill.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't mean I wanted to sacrifice any of you, but it was the only thing I could do, and I ended up killing Byakuya instead of Nagito. See...
I think I'm the one who went crazy.
I see. Interesting, but as far as motives to kill are concerned, I wanted to see your mom is so boring. What?
So,
It seems there's no point in basking in the afterglow, so let's hurry up and begin the punishment.
jeez, get out of my way.
How many times are they gonna do this? Just fucking throwing a mean right hook. There, now that annoying little sister has been dealt with, let's get back to business.
Wait.
Hold on a sec. I'm not asking for forgiveness anymore, but at least...
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Is it gonna be fucking Kirby's fucking Smash in, in Smash Bros?
Hey.
No, is it Kirby's? Whichever one has the fucking, you know, hot pot.
Please.
Please tell me at least what happened to the Hanamura Diner to Mama.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Oh, doesn't Kirby just have a giant sword now?
Lies. I won't believe this.
I won't believe it. Oh boy. Naruto's been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Yeah, but he's also a... If we kept him around, he probably would have sexually harassed and assaulted someone. Also, this is pretty tame. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Okay, never mind. It's... Wow. Oh my fucking god. Okay, never mind. I don't think lava would have the same effect as fry oil.
Extreme!
The adrenaline is rushing through me. Taro.
Damn it!
Are you fucking serious?
How cruel.
Why did you do something so cruel? Didn't you learn when you were in elementary school? If you badmouth someone... as soon as we're out of this trial, I'll probably end it. I'm like 2 hours past the usual time I end my streams. The teacher writes it in a note and makes whoever you badmouth read it to you in front of the class.
No.
When that happens, only then do you think about it. Only then do you think about how it feels to be badmouthed. The same applies to murder.
What are you saying?
I don't like leaving. I usually try to do like 1 murder per stream. Yeah, 9:30. We'll be back. Basically, we're gonna play all of them. You're the one who drove him in. You're the one who drove him to do it. So cruel. This is just too cruel.
Nice.
Well, it can't be helped. Rules are rules, and this is the killing rule after all. What rule? You're the one who's breaking the rules. You too. Have a great day. Huh? I can't just let that slide. What do you mean? When you mentioned the motive, didn't you also promise something? However, there's a catch. Don't tell me the catch is... You figured it out yet? That's right, you guys have to kill each other. That's my bargaining point. You guys want to know, right? You want your school memories returned to you, right? Then you better start killing. A penny for your thoughts and a murder for your memories. Why? Why didn't you tell Taro about his mom or his diner? You had the right to know. Yeah, us too. We have a right to know, you know. Hey, hurry up and tell us. What did you mean earlier when you mentioned our school memories? Oh yeah, I did promise to return the memories after the killing began. You're gonna do it? Telling them is kind of... But I never told you guys that I'd tell you right away.
What? Not fair.
That's not fair.
Of course.
I'll keep my promise to return your memories someday, but it's still not clear when that someday will actually be. I must excuse myself as well. There's something that I need to do.
Huh?
What the heck? It's not fair. They both ran away.
Then...
Monokuma has us wrapped around his finger after all.
Stupid.
Taro, you stupid.
Such despair.
An ending like this, just full of despair? Seriously, tragic despair? Okay, my headcanon is this is Makoto, but he's gone fucking insane. But still, at times like this, as symbols of hope, you guys need to keep doing your best. He found that him and Hiro actually shared the same baby mama, and that's when he lost his mind. Why are you smiling? How can you smile in a situation like this, you creep?
Nope.
Hold on, I'm sad too, you know. Didn't I tell you? In the bottom of my heart, I truly love you all. You ultimates who inspire hope in your splendid talents. There's no way I can be happy when we've lost such a talented individual.
Don't fuck with me!
Don't go saying creepy shit, I'll fucking kill you. Please, kill me anytime.
What?
Huh? If you hate me, I don't mind you killing me. I've already prepared myself to become your stepping stone. If absolute hope can be born from that, then my life is nothing special. How messed up are you? However, if you're going to kill me, make sure you discuss it with me beforehand, okay? You see, if you do that, then I can cooperate with the killer. Are you seriously intending to help the killer? It's really not that big of a deal. If you're students of Hope's Peak Academy, if you're the symbols of hope who possess the chosen talents, then it shouldn't matter if you guys at all if I cooperate with the killer, right? Declaring so confidently that you'll side with the killer. Maybe this was his plan all along. Since he's willing to work with the killer, he wants us to think it's better for us not to kill him. What? Since he's willing to work with the killer, he wants us to think it's better for us not to kill him. But isn't the exact opposite the case? Well, I don't mind what you think of me. It's, in actuality, thanks to Byakuya, I'm starting to feel a small desire to live.
This is exciting.
Mostly, I just want to watch everyone destroy all the despair that comes for you. One after the other. Just kidding.
Piss me off.
Can I punch you? I just won't be satisfied till I punch you. Fine. Let's stop this already. It's just going to be a waste of time if we keep dealing with him.
What?
Even Hajime hates me now?
How unfortunate.
That stings. I felt you and I were quite similar. What is that?
Isn't that right?
You hold a special feeling towards Hope's Peak Academy, just like me. Don't put me in the same category as you. But how can you say that you're not? Monokuma said himself, we don't know anything about each other's true nature. Now, if it's true that our school memories were stolen, it's the same as not knowing our true selves, too. Especially for you, right? Someone who can't even remember what his talent is. Akane, please feel free to punch him. Will do. Hold on. Please stop this at once. Nothing will come from fighting like this. There's something else we must do. Something else.
Please listen.
We must not argue with each other in a place like this. There is something more important we must do.
Let me ask.
Which is do our best.
You fiend.
Well?
We must first leave here and get some rest. And then we shall all work together and do our best. Do our best so we never have to come back here again.
Perhaps.
That is what I believe we must do.
I am sorry.
If only I was a better motivational speaker. No, that really touched my heart. Well, maybe you. Of all the people, she tries at least hard with you. You're totally right. What we need to do now is do our best. If we do our best, it's definitely going to pay off, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Like...
But what do we have to work hard at? I do not know, but we must do our best. Jeez, I don't get you at all. Are you some kind of moron?
Well?
It's fine if you don't know. What matters is that you hold on to the feeling that you have to do your best.
Right?
Let's do our best. Let's make sure a killing like this never happens again.
But...
It's scary, but doing our best is our only option. There's no way I'm doing what Nagito said.
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, I don't know what you're talking about, but let's do our best for now.
Fine.
Very well. Even if we are not able to change the future, I guess I should at least change... I guess I should at least change my tomorrow. Damn fiend, I won't ever give up until the very end. I won't die in vain. I'll give my entire existence, my entire power, my entire body and soul, and fight to the very end. Yeah, we're pretty much over as well, so you have a good one. Yeah, you're right. Let's definitely work together and leave this island. Do our best. We keep using that phrase over and over again. Even though we knew they were just cheap, meaningless, empty words, regardless, we still said it, and we continued to say it over and over again without stopping. Thus, the curtain had fallen upon the class trial, where Byakuya and Teruteru were sacrificed. Afterwards, we left the trial grounds and returned to the mainland of Jabberwock Island. For the time being, we decided to go back to our cottages. After experiencing something like that, there's no way I could fall asleep. I gave up, got out of bed and began walking around the hotel grounds for no real reason. After not doing much of anything, I dully looked up at the sky. And there, just like before, there it was, the night sky brimming with stars. Stars that looked like they were about to fall into my hands like fluttering snow. As I looked up at such a beautiful night sky, I can go anywhere. That thought crossed my mind for some reason. This sky is connected to anywhere, even to my daily life. That's why I might be able to go home. That's right, I'm definitely going to go home. That's when it happened. When I stared up at the night sky, I felt a strange convergence of sensation. And then, while I continued to stare at the night sky, I felt my entire body stiffen with that sensation. Isn't this...
Is someone watching me?
Huh. Who will the next victim be? I wonder. Thanks.
For a long time,
Can't quit. Okay. A long time humans have been taught that if you try hard enough, you can accomplish anything.
Even if we weren't told this directly, you'd know it just by looking at the world around us.
Why are there 3 question marks? This voice is obvious.
The internet, TV, and newspapers are overflowing with hopeful messages that say exactly that. But people who can't win, people who don't try to win, people who try their best and still can't win, they are all worthless trash. There are 2 kinds of people in this world. Those who are born with worth, and everybody else. No matter how hard a lowly human tries, they will never be the same as someone who was born worthy. They say that effort breeds success, but that's a complete lie.
It's interesting because apart from Monokuma, the first game didn't actually have like an antagonist. Like Byakuya wasn't really an antagonist character, but he's the closest one we got, but I wouldn't call him that. But it's like, it seems the first time we're gonna get like an antagonist character within the student body, which is really interesting.
No matter how hard a small dog tries, it will never become a large dog. No matter how much a penguin tries, there's no way it will ever soar through the sky. Which means unworthy humans will never become worthy, no matter what they do. People with talent don't become talented. They're just born with their abilities right from the start. That's right, just like you guys. That's why I have so much respect for you all. Just so you know, what I feel is different from admiration. Admiration is wishing you could be like the object of your admiration. But what I feel is not so self-serving. How should I put it? What I feel is more pure. More like a selfless love that wants nothing in return. So, I want you guys to believe me when I say, I don't mind if you kill me. But if that happens, I want you to let me help. I don't care if the killer survives, or if everyone but the killer survives. I just want both sides to do their very best. I want to see with my own 2 eyes the absolute hope that lies ahead. Yep, I'm really lucky. Someone as insignificant as me will be there when hope and despair collide and unleash their energy. So please, let me help you. If you're planning to kill me, I would be honored to help you carry out your plan. I want you to use me as a stepping...
Oops, I'm so sorry. Oh, shut up. Oh, someone decked his face and good on them. It's the same thing he was saying during the class trial, though, so we didn't miss out on too much. Alright, perfect timing, though, because we can save it right at the start of the 2nd chapter, which is perfect. So far, overall, it seems like an improvement over the first game. Over, you know, just first case though, so anything can happen. I don't know. The sword one is kind of hard to get into though. I don't think it's the best. Adjust your environment. Oh, I thought that was like, the picture made me think I could like move things around my cottage. And the biggest improvement so far, which is obvious, is the protagonist. I mean, Makoto is just such a fucking idiot. It's nice not having like someone like drag you around and explain to you, like basically like having you felt like a baby, and Kyoko and Byakuya were your babysitters. But in this one, you're just a way smarter protagonist, and it's way better. But that's it for now. We'll be back at 9:30. And we'll just continue this one, and then once we finish this, which probably be in the next 3 or 4 streams, we'll start this one. But I'm really excited. These have been pretty fun so far. So yeah, it's fun. Bye bye.